Hey there friends, I'm Ryan Kazin, working here at the Practice Space as a program coach, helping develop our fall acting program. I have over 16 years of performance experience and a BFA and MFA in theater performance and acting respectively, and I'm here to give you 4 big tips on building confidence on stage. Tip number 1, acknowledge that confidence is a process. Right? I think I meet a lot of people who think of confidence as this permanent state of mind, that people like Tom Cruise and Emma Stone are just like constantly confident. And the thing is that there are people, you and I, we're people. We get nervous, we get insecure. I know so many professional working actors who don't even like to watch themselves. The thing is that I think we're led to believe that these people are confident because, you know, that's just like what we see in the media. But the truth is that confidence is an action. It is not the absence of fear. It is getting up and speaking in front of people despite your fear. So give yourself grace. This is the first and most important step. Give yourself grace. Acknowledge that it takes time and that you can do this. There's actually a musical theater actress, and she said that you are enough. It is unbelievable how enough you are. So moving on to tip number 2, take care of your body and have a routine, if you can. Right? Our body as actors, dancers, and singers, our bodies are our instrument. Right? So when we take care of our bodies, we are able to give a performance that is the level of quality that we take care of ourselves, right? So that means, have you had any water to drink? Are you getting enough sleep? My high school theater director used to tell us before our big acting competitions, you should get sleep up to like 7 to 8 hours, 2 days before a performance, because he was citing that there are studies that show that it can catch up to you 2 days later, even if you get 1 good night of sleep. So making sure that you eat, right? You have to make sure that you're fed, and also having a routine, right? Taking care of yourself mentally. So, you know, the day before a big performance, if I have the time, I do not take the day before to like rigorously look over my script. Maybe I do some light review, but you know, just taking the time for yourself when you can, because then that will allow you to focus day of, right? And obviously, if you're watching this right now and you're like, Ryan, I'm crashing out, I've only had like a bagel and a coffee and 5 hours of sleep, that is totally okay. You can still do your best. I believe in you. I know people who have given great performances, dehydrated on like 4 hours of sleep. So, but this is just going forward. If you can establish a routine, take care of yourself as much as you can, it's really gonna go a long way. Tip number 3. So, warm up. This is a thing that every acting teacher I've ever known has told me. Warm up. Before a performance, how do you like to get comfortable with yourself? Right? I have like 3 main tenets that I was taught by my voice teacher in London, who teaches members of the Royal Shakespeare Academy. He will always tell us body, breath, voice, right? So you want to make sure that you're loose, you know, you're stretching, you're, you know, doing exercises, warming up your body, because when we talk, we use that, right? And then breath, it's also, you know, just, that's where our voice comes from, is our breath, right? So we want to make sure that we have control of that, because we speak so much from our diaphragm. And then of course, we warm up our voice, our resonators, you know, do your lip trills, whatever you need to do. It can also be a nap if you're tired, right? Going back to step 2, you haven't gotten enough sleep. The important thing is that you have a process. A really important one is if you know you're going to be performing somewhere, be sure to get on stage before that performance and just get comfortable. Imagine the audience in the seats. That helps with building confidence, already being there and doing the thing before it actually happens, right? And then tip number 4, we wouldn't be called the Practice Space if I wasn't telling you this tip. Practice. That is a big part of building confidence. It is just repeated exposure over time, starting from wherever you are and then just building your skills, building that experience, and it does get better with time. And oftentimes we can't see how far we've come because you practice at giving a speech in front of a class, doing a monologue, and then you got to do it in front of the entire school, right? And then we think, oh my gosh, it's like a whole new set of challenges. And so we neglect that process, right? But it really does exist. If you take the time to keep doing this, if you take, a little bit of time during your week to do vocal warm-ups, to sing, to read a script, whatever it is, you will get better. And just to draw it all back, the tip number one before we end, confidence is a process, okay? You've got this. I hope these tips have been helpful to you, and have a good one.